Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Red Alert 3 replay. So on my right side as the Scion Empire, we have Carrot. Spawning, which I'm not sure who's actually his teammate. Spawn as the Green Allies, we have AE86. Spawn as the Yellow Soviets, we have GiveMeGood1v1. As this is not a 1v1, your name is not very good. And spawn on the north side as the Red Allied player, we have DutchArmy. The fact that the red dog is going down here, so it looks like it's cyan and red versus yellow and green. Red dog phases through the terrain to avoid the bear. It's a dog-eat-bear world, or bear-eat-dog world. Let's find out. Both sides trying to find a good angle for bark. Both of them wants to attack each other, and the bear gets a good roar there. And does get the kill there, so it's a bear-eat-dog world. Down south, we do have the burst drone getting cleaned up by the javelin troops, so it is a javelin-eat-dragonfly world. You got some peacekeeping side civilian structure. The dog gets gunned down there by the Imperial Warriors, now trying to charge on in. Dojo does get cleaned on up. The garrison gets cleaned out, which is a good engagement, good trade for the Empire player, because Imperial Warriors are a little bit cheaper than Peacekeepers. Looks like the bear dog gets a good bark off, stunning the conscripts, and he's going to go ahead and fully garrison up this garrison. So now, if he wants to clear it out, it's going to cost the allied player an arm and a leg. And we do, looks like, have a hospital captured up by Cyan. Not so sure where it's at. That's an oil derrick. But there's a hospital somewhere on the map. I'm not so sure where. That's an oil derrick. Here it is. A hospital there. So every player gets a hospital. So this map is designed for free-for-all, which can also always be used for 2v2 since it's equally designed. We got a multi-gun turret on the high ground, but having trouble with close range to hit the low ground. And now the ore derrick's now under siege. I don't know why those Vindicator bombs sounded like a Century bomber. I don't know why, it really does sound like a Century bomber to me right there. Multi-gun turret pushes its way forward. It gains some good damage there onto the instant dojo. Just using Imperial Warriors engaged. It's not like a good engagement there. Tank busters inside the garrison with Imperial Warrior to boot. Two Imperial Warriors. And got some bottom runs coming from his teammate to save that garrison. He cannot slice up a multi-gun turret. This is not some sort of anime. This is Red Alert, not an anime. Who would think that with swords slice up turrets? In this game, you use bears. No wait, no, those can't eat turrets either. Or transforming mechs. Those can take on turrets. Got some trades there into the garrison. Looks like Imperial Warriors went down. Don't think any tank busters went down right there. And the ore refiner finds a deadly bombing run there. He's going to the Mecha Bay in order to get some repairs, and much needed repairs. It's a little bit dangerous, while a follow-up bombing run could finish it off. We do have the yellow conscripts eyeing for some garrisons, just trying to claim it from their opposition. Rest pushing for his MCV. We do got another power plant here. He may be in low power state. Nope. And those lose some Apollos there as well to the multi-gunner turrets. Over here, we got some naval expansions, Imperial Docks, Refinery Core, and perhaps the other Refinery Core. And that garrison does get cleaned up, which is good engagements for the Empire player. Tesla Coil behind the wall, rampart. It's in the middle of a sea fortress, so it's really neither. Decorative design? Another Tesla Core being deployed now. We've got a good number of bears and black troopers. Does clean up that multi-gunner turret. We got a war factory being deployed out by the Silver Players Web. Looks like it's a line sight blocker. This multi-gunner turret is firing some rounds onto the bears. They're absorbing a lot of shots there. Apollo's receiving some fire there. Does save the Apollo there with his Tesla coil. And I think those pings there was on his teammate to fall them back. Chopper VX pushes his way forward, does receive some conscript fire. Speaking of conscript fire, we got the prospector receiving some conscript fire. Looks like the oil deck has gone down. There's a good number of flak troopers, conscripts, and bears here. A single cryo blast. It's probably only a cryo shot at this point, but it could be a cryo blast up for this point in time. With the amount of pressure here, the protocol's points are counting up quite quickly. Let's go ahead and get. That does also prevent that garrison being blown up with peacekeepers, but he has manually target towards that motor gun turret. He's going to lose a lot of infantry right there, but does go ahead and focus down quite quickly. Vindicator's putting him forward, bombs down the hammer tanks there. When the Vindicator does go down as well, Bear seeing some shots from the motor gun turret from the high ground. Does not get the kill there onto the peacekeeper there, because does that shoot up. The Molotov does take it out. You also have the satellites coming onto the Bear Dojo core, which you have for the Bear, as the MCV does get snared by the Paradrones there, but great pressures coming out by the tsunami tanks. This hammer tank does have a second gun now, which should make short work of the tsunami tank there. Maces and mag mines there, basically a crush by there, and does not get a crush there. A couple leech beams does come forward. On the right side, we've got some cryocopters. No air defense here. Red hopefully has some Apollo support as teammate, because he needs some Apollo support as well. It does lose the Mecha Bay. Neither of the southern players have gotten their own hospital, so the Soviet player had a lot of infantry time. The hospital could have made some help, though most of the infantry was crushed, not gunned down. Does take out that prospector there with the cryo shot, and does take out the Apollo in return, or Vindicator in return. Yellow does bring up some mechanized forces. But he will get gunned up a bit by the multi-gun turret. Could turn on the leech beam to leech it away at long range, or the power plant, that also works. Got a command post up here, eyeing for expansion there, because Scion did take this safer one. One of them could take the ore refinery up there. Perhaps the Empire player, since he doesn't have to worry about deploying out Prospector, get up there. Mecha Bay Core has been deployed on out. Trying to destroy some of these garrisons on his way. He does receive some multi-gun turrets in return. And will leech away at long range. This one is still in range a little bit. Ooh, that's bad positioning there. They'll receive a lot of fire there. His micro's not been great with those hammer tanks. Over here we got some, I think that's a Defender VX that went down. Green has claimed his opponent's oil derrick as well. You got these Apollos now advancing, getting some good damage there onto the cryocopters. Infantry force coming out by green. No hospital capture just yet. It's probably worth it to get the hospital captured. Good bombing run there, but does lose a Vindicator. I believe that was the elite Vindicator. That one is veteran. And we're going to leech away at this multi-gun turret on the high ground. Conscripts are getting inside this garrison here. That's a pretty powerful, large garrison. He's starting to laser lock the garrison itself. Doesn't actually get inside the garrison in time, nor is he gunning down the laser lock javelins. Fire mode's coming forward. Multi-gun turret is receiving quite a bit of fire, but still up, and is receiving some repairs now. Scion's losing a lot of infantry. He does have a good number of tank busters and tsunami tanks. Power plant started going on down. Apollo's now flying about for escort for his teammate. Vindicator's receiving a bit of fire as well. Overall, Team South has made some great pushes. Decided to pull back a little bit, but Red's Apollos have come forward as well. The Bullfrogs put away at the wrong moment. And now we do have the tank busters advancing. Look at the tsunami tanks to absorb some shots. Hammer tanks maybe eyeing to crush these tank busters. There's a lot of hammer tanks there. And the tank busters getting a lot of free hits in there, and they're generating their health thanks to the Red Hospital. Over here, do got 2 airfields deployed out as teammates' base. A lot of structure walls here trying to hold back this opponent. And Red has actually safely expanded out here. No defenses whatsoever. And those walls are all going down individually. They're not being focused down, they're just being general attack. All the walls will be cleaned on up. Power plant will be cleaned on up as well, and that explosion does not do any damage to nearby friendlies. Tank Busters does get some hits there. There's also a good number of javelins and peacekeepers here. Does use a cryo blast there. Gotta not push too far forward or make free zone force there. Does get a nice shatter there of one of the peacekeepers. Single Twin Blades managed to push his way into Red space. Not any defense in this region. He needs a multi-gun turret on the high ground. Red's MCV is right here. Multi-gun turret has been blown out, and does have a bunch of Apollos as well. Green's coming in for some big bomb runs there, but does lose some Apollos. Turret does go down. We do have the ore refinery going down. Another command post being deployed out. The next bomb runs there. Does take out some tsunami tanks and does go ahead and get back to the base as well. Science making some good headway against Green. Green does have a lot of infrastructure at sea. That just screams super weapon. Hit me here, but nobody's deployed out any sort of super weapon at the moment. Another Vindicator bomb run, and the Elite one will absorb enough damage to stay alive and does back away from this airbase because it will go down. Apollo does take out the Chopper VX as we got a Green aircraft carrier now engaged. It does sell up the naval yard there, getting one alive. Good damage there on the aircraft carrier, but needs to fall back to the seaport to get some repairs. No point in letting that go to waste. And Green's Apollos will back away. A lot of his forces are quite wounded. Science will push forward with some infantry, or backwards with infantry, and Science out of anti-air escort, but will take out that refinery. There's still one down here with a power plant. Science basically being picked apart by the aircraft carrier, who's currently Vet 1. More bombing runs raining on in. We do got some infects here, but you will save that tsunami tank. Over here, the Soviet player has a good number of bears. One of them just... Nope, that wasn't a parachute there. Good number of bears, some hammer tanks, and twin blades. Not a whole lot of anti-aircraft. Cryo blast does come forward. Does get one of the guardian tanks. Leech beams cannot shatter tanks immediately. More and more of these guardian tanks are being cleaned on up. You may need to just charge forward to go from some massive crushes. Bears now charging forward. Does get a horrible roar there. None of the bears got crushed by that guardian tank as well. And now here comes the complete slaughter of the allied forces. Got a lot of heroic bears here, as well as some heroic and elite hammer tank. Twin blades with some bullfrog escort now advancing. No anti-aircraft forces in this region. This infantry will be quickly gunned down. And Team Southside still has not deployed out. Captured their field hospital. Tsunami tanks making their way forward, getting some good damage onto the ore refinery. He does clean up a Prospector right there. Does get a nice bombing run there on the Oil Derrick as more of these Apollos or Vindicators does receive quite a bit of fire. Does take out one of the Hydrofoils there. Good damage there onto the Prospector. They do have a Tesla Coil now being deployed on out. Does take out the power plant there. Tesla Core being deployed out here by Yellow to support his teammate, to protect his teammate, but Yellow is low on power now. Hammer tanks are still alive with all the heroic bears on the front line as well. Red is trying to rotate around here, trying to avoid the assault. There is a single Athena here. And does have some chopper mixes, multi-gunner IFVs for anti-aircraft. Green does have some Apollos here, as well as the aircraft carriers still sieging away. Or actually, no, the aircraft carriers are still gone. A massive crowd getting right here. Use the shield. Didn't have time to protect everything there, but the Prospector does remain unfrozen. But there is frozen stuff in its line. Diamond Tank and Pure Warriors with Tank Class making their advance, trying to push Green. Green is now basically pushed out to sea. Yellow does have still quite a significant force here. I'm not sure what he's saving up for. We do have some conscript and bears, as well as a single flak trooper up here as well. The flak trooper is great for the mag mines. Does get great hits there onto the ore refinery with the missiles. Looks like free trade has been upgraded for red as well. And bear does clean up the peacekeeper as well. Tesla Coil does go down. Now takes charging on board. The multi-gun turret will go down as well. There's still two multi-gun turrets over here. And Green does activate the now deflectors. Tank buzzers charge on board. They can rip apart the infantry, no problem. Peacekeeper does have the shield upgraded. He could actually get inside the garrison. He does get inside the garrison right there. But the garrison quickly gets the garrison because it got destroyed. Ore refinery does go down. Scion's push is quite effective, but there's not enough anti-aircraft force here. The chopper base is way over here. And Scion's infantry will be cleaned on up. Chopper VXs will escape on out of there. The Army subs are lined up here. Not enough to be hyper-aggressive. There's a good number of them, but it's not a lot to deal with these forces. Tesla Coil would be very problematic. It's behind the ore refinery as well, so it'll take a number of angles there to get the Final Voyage. And Final Voyage is hitting the refinery, which does help the refinery there. Now you can actually take up the Tesla Coil.
Taking a little break.
Does shrink the Prospector there. He could crush Soviet's Crusher Crane if that's up and running. And Yellow Soviet has deployed out right next to the Red's refineries, and it's deploying out a Tesla Coil. So it looks like Red's or Yellow's going for a turret push. These refineries still has a little less than 15,000. Scion has not expanded down up here. Would imagine Scion would have expanded up there by now. And the garrison would not be fully destroyed, just siphon a bit for health. Looks like the Army does find an angle there and will get frozen. Looks like he probably sold out these refineries. I don't think he actually got destroyed. And the Hammer Tank's now sitting on up. Bullfrogs, he may need a couple more Bullfrogs, one of them severely wounded as well. We got two Athenas here, multiple Mirage Tanks, 4 Mirage Tanks. And we've got Elite and Heroic Athena Cannon. That Athena Cannon needs to back away. We've got Cryo Cannon. Needs to activate his own shield. Does activate his own shield as well, saving those forces for the Mirage Tanks. 3 of them does get frozen there. And that one does get shattered there. They need to get push forward. He's going to take time. Some of them can leech forward. And come on, get a prism cannon. And there's at least 2 prism cannons now in the mix. One of them is not the heroic one. I think that was the Athena cannon that went down. He saw this heroic prism cannon there. That needs to make sure he stays off of the leech beam and start firing away. I think the other prism cannon was not actually picked up. Oh, this one has... No, that's not the prism cannon there. Indicators do come on in. Need to hit that heroic prism cannon there, but it does run into a cryo again on the retreat path. And we'll lose the prism cannon one. On the right side, the AE86 subs harassing his opponent, gains some good damage in. And looks like he was forced to destroy his own Mirage tank there. You have a Sentry Gun going down. Soon he needs the dispenser and teleporter to go along with it, and cancel the Sentry Gun. Guess he needs the scrap metal for the dispenser. Looks like he got 2 of the hammer tanks there, very nice, but does get himself a free terror drone. Prospector receiving quite a bit of fire right there. And that does go down. Nanotech mainframe is going on up. So he may be eyeing... Honestly, it may not be for King Oni, it may not be for Shogun Battleship. I have a feeling it's going to be for a Psionic Decimator. That's my guess. Something going out, being queued up right there, but I think it's just a wall segment. Massive wave of jet tangoos doesn't outnumber the aircraft there. There's a number of hydrofoils here, as well as balloon bombs. Balloon bombs were absorbing a lot of shots there. Balloon bombs, of course, a great way to absorb shots. And some great damage in right there. We got some infects there. Does manage to force destroy that before the terror drone pops back out. And now the Dolphin's going to be moving around trying to hit this infrastructure here. It is just tier 2 right there. And we do have the Ore Collector firing away, getting some damage there onto the Dolphin, trying to get repaired on up. Couldn't get the kill there on the Dolphin, but the Yari main sub will get the kill. Nope. Apollo does go down. Good crowd getting a number of the infantry units. And it does walk another Javelin troop in there. Green's Peacekeeper is here to take out the units. He froze. We got a toxic corrosion ability being utilized there. It does get some bottom runs there. It's going to crush on all the red infantry there. So red has, frontline has collapsed. Science here to support as well. You see mass transform there, trying to go for audible discharge. If not, gun down all the Peacekeepers. One good audible discharge there on the wounded one. Now hammer takes turn from 24, does get a terror drone effect, and we do have some tank busters in the mix, so getting one of the hammer takes there. Cryogeddon, counter Cryogeddon, and that is going to be very successful there. That's back off a little bit, can't get too greedy there. Does freeze another Peacekeeper right there, and will manage to freeze off, kill off most of the shattered units. There's a couple Peacekeeper frozen there, but letting those unfreeze, not a huge problem. Terror drone does manage to get a kill there on one of the tank busters as he transforms. Does get transformed micro there, but does get gunned down there as the carcass does not take up the hammer tank there with the terror drones. Multiple terror drone surprises do come on out. This multi-gun turret could be loaded with a tank buster if the airfield goes down. And we got Athena cannons engaging the ore refinery. It is depleted there, but still that's income we can't really afford losing. All these ore... this one has a little bit of income there, but this one's depleted. The Empire player needs to start eyeing to expand once again. And also cancel that damn wall segment, because I don't like it seeing it there. Airfield will go down, but it does evacuate in time. He needs another airfield, and looks like the northern team has surrendered. This is Adam Gray saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.